over between 30 and 50 million barrels of sanctioned oil to the U.S. Meanwhile, a new report says that Russia has sent a submarine to escort a tanker the U.S. tried to seize off Venezuela. Let's bring in former Secretary of State, Fox News contributor Mike Pompeo. Mr. Secretary, your thoughts. The operation, I think everybody agrees, was awesome. They shut the lights. They did what they had to do. No casualties. Killed about 40 of them. Your thoughts today about what the vice president, now the president, has shown you now that she's in charge?
Brian, good morning. Yes, A+++ operation. Very well done. Now the very hard part, to convince the Chavistas that they've got to turn over a new leaf. And that will be precisely what Secretary Rubio and the president have been talking about. Continued pressure on the oil, that is, an embargo of oil exiting the country, putting real pressure on the leadership to kick the Cubans, the Iranians, the Russians, the Chinese out, all the spies that have been protecting the Chavistas for all these years. When they don't, actually demonstrating we're ready to go at this in a serious way. Again, if we do those things, there's a shot. I think the key figure is a guy named Diosdado Cabello. He's the head of the Interior Ministry. I know him pretty well. He is a committed Chavista. He's not likely to change his stripes. It's not about economics for him. It's about ideology, and we need to put pressure on him. In some sense, Delcy Rodriguez is kind of a figurehead. We need to put pressure on him and make sure we're watching everything he does and know that his capacity to stay in the country depends on him changing his stripes quickly, fundamentally, and in a way that protects American citizens.
And he's never done that before. He was thrown in jail when a coup failed when Chavez for 2 years. Now he's out, and he's the one walking around with a spiked baseball bat. And now we have a marauding gang of motorcycle thugs who are out there looking for Trump supporters and looking to enforce, I guess, what Maduro would be doing. So how do you rein in the unrest, which is so minor compared to what we've had in the past when we saw Libya as well as Iraq?
Yeah, it's in the end, the Venezuelan people have got to do that, and that means we have to convince their leadership not to come after them in a serious way. A very difficult task, but achievable with American use of all of its tools of power. But then you have to convince the Venezuelan people that they got to go grab a hold of this opportunity. You know, Brian, what we did was give them that chance, give them this opportunity, create a window for them, and an opportunity to rebuild their economy. That's what this discussion about oil is about. It's how do you actually structure the Venezuelan economy to be what it was just a couple of decades ago. If you can do those things, you can begin to reshape it, and then you got to stop the drug trafficking too. Those narco-terrorists are in control of so many levers of power inside of Venezuela today.
And this president addresses his issues, and one was the nuclear program with Iran, and the other was Venezuela. Let's talk about Iran and the protests. This feels different. 27 of 31 provinces have serious protests, 36 killed, 60 injured, 2,000 arrested. But there's a sense that there's an exit plan for the Ayatollah and his $80+ billion over to Moscow. Do you feel like this corrupt Ayatollah-led government feels legitimate threats like they have not felt since 1979?
I don't think there's any doubt about that. These protests have gone on for years, but there's been nothing like this. This is widespread. It began in Tehran in the bazaar with Azeris. There's different ethnicities inside of the 80 million people in Iran. I moved to Baluchistan. It's now all across the country. It's students, it's business people, it's seniors who have said, I don't want my children and grandchildren to live under these thugs, this theocracy. This is fundamentally different. The Iranians won't change their response. They've killed several dozen people. They've got 1,000+ now added to their jail population of political prisoners. They're going to try to repress this. The United States should use all of the things it can do to help them communicate, to help them feel like they can get in and out of the country, to get the weapon systems that they might need to push back against the regime. The police in Iran are going to have to make some really hard decisions about whether they're going to go after their own people when they know the leadership is corrupt. Those are the kind of things that we can influence and shape, and perhaps this will be the moment that the Iranian people will get their shot just like the Venezuelan people are getting today as well.
Don't blame us. Blame yourselves. You don't give these people water. Inflation's through the roof. Their quality of life has suffered, and now they're standing up and speaking out. Let's hope they're gone soon. The Iranian people deserve better. Mr. Secretary, always great. Thanks so much. Straight ahead. The growing fraud fallout, increasing calls for Governor Tim Walz to resign.
I'm not going anywhere. And you can make all your requests.